Hello, my name is Crystal Rivers. I am a resident of the state of Virginia. I currently reside in Virginia, Lynchburg, Bedford area. I am a plaintiff of a federal case. I am a paralegal. I'm a private investigator, and I'm a horse trainer. I have been approached by several people. I've received letters and information from folks that are very interested in my case because they believe that the same thing has happened to them. I am a federal crime victim. The crimes that were reported and that happened and were caused my losses were illegal banking activity, insurance fraud, RICO, racketeering. I've reported my crimes to the Commonwealth of Virginia and the U.S. Attorney's offices for years. I didn't learn I was a crime victim under the Crime Victims' Rights Act until after I watched news channels that reported the Doe's versus USA Florida matter relating to Jeffrey Epstein and the NDA agreement that he signed. I knew then that I was a crime victim and that I had rights under the Crime Victims' Rights Act. I've never been given the status of the investigation from the U.S. attorneys out of the Western District of Virginia. It's my belief, and based on information I've received, the matter is still ongoing. In any event, my case is Crystal Rivers v. USA. It's 618 CV-00061, if you'd like to look it up. My company previously, CVLR Performance Horses, filed a RICO racketeering action against a John L. Wynn and the Rivermont Banking Company Incorporated back in 2011. In that case, CVLR proved open-ended continuity and it settled the matter. I learned in 2015, that I was actually the owner of the rights to all the contracts and the claims. I was sued for my claims. They did not acquire my claims. They lost that matter. While that litigation was underway, I was able to issue what's known as discovery. And I subpoenaed for records, and I obtained documents that had been withheld from me for years and information. I filed a RICO racketeering action in 2018. That's that case number I gave you earlier, 618 CV-00061. Crystal Rivers v. USA. Since learning that I was a crime victim under the Crime Victims' Rights Act, I've been doing a lot of studying and a lot of research. And I am investigating, trying to find other crime victims who believe they were duped by illegal banking activity, by insurance fraud, and who reported their crimes to either the Commonwealth Attorney's Office as a state crime or to the U.S. Attorney's Office. If you did, there was already an ongoing investigation. However, you may not have been told you were a crime victim under the Crime Victims' Rights Act. They may not have given you the truth about what rights you had. They may have, like mine, taken your claims up and bolstered their case with it and just kind of left you hanging in the wind so that you would lose and bleed out financially. I'm trying to locate victims in the state of Virginia who have had crimes committed against them relating to illegal banking activity. Rivermont Banking Company Incorporated was never certified or authorized to transact business as a bank in the state of Virginia. It operated as a registered company from 2006 to 2014. If you have ever been a grand juror for a grand jury which investigates, and you sat in on that grand jury and you heard any of the matters relating to Rivermont Banking Company Incorporated or Southgate Lee Wynn Testamentary Trust or John Wynn or anything related to those parties, I'd like you to contact me by mail. If you're an attorney and you ever had a client bring you information related to crimes against them, I'd like you to contact me. I'm looking for case numbers. I'm looking for a series of events. I'm looking for people that reported these crimes and were contacted by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Possibly you got a victim notification letter. Maybe you didn't. If you have a friend or if you have a relative that feels they were duped by illegal banking activity or insurance fraud, I'd like to know that. I would like to know that. If you could share your information with me, the mailing address is P.O. Box 1182, Forest, Virginia 24551. You mail it to DEI. You don't have to divulge your name. You don't need to be contacted if you don't want to. Your information will not be shared. I am researching and investigating to try to put together a timeline. And I am searching for other victims that have been duped. If you've ever been a part of a DP funder scam or a mortgage fraud scheme in the state of Virginia, contact me. I'd like to know if you ever received a notification letter that you were a victim. You were a victim under the Crime Victims' Rights Act, and you had rights to restitution, possibly. And you had rights to be notified by the U.S. Attorney, but weren't. And you have the right to know the status of the investigation. I'm searching for attorneys, law professors, or any organization that can reach out to other crime victims and support their efforts. I filed my case May 25th of 2018. I didn't learn until 2019 that I had rights under the Crime Victims' Rights Act. The crimes are still happening. They're ongoing. My case is ongoing RICO racketeering. That is organized crime in your state of Virginia. And it's still going on. If you mail something to me and you ask questions and you want to know anything, I can give you what I can give you. I cannot comment on this video. I cannot reply back to you online. If you have any questions or if you have any information, you can send it to me anonymously. If you've ever been a grand juror and you sat on a grand jury in Roanoke, Bedford, Harrisonburg, Campbell County regarding John L. Wynn, Rivermont Banking Company, Rivermont Consultants, Southgate Lee Wynn Testamentary Trust, or any of the defendants named in my case, I would appreciate it if you could contact me. Again, the case number is 618 CV 00061. It's filed in the Western District of Virginia. If you are an attorney, if you are a grand juror, if you believe you might be a victim, I would appreciate you contacting me. Thank you and have a good day.